Hey y'all. Y'all, excuse my voice. I'm actually just getting it back. I lost my voice like a week ago and really haven't been able to talk, and my allergies have been driving me insane. Okay, but I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about this. Okay, Everett Palmer Jr. Have any of y'all ever heard of what happened with him? This is my first time ever hearing this case. This man that we're looking at is Everett Palmer Jr. He's from Delaware, but he died in a jail in York County, Pennsylvania last year. Okay, over a DUI. He went to go take care of a DUI and went to jail, and just a few days later was dead. They say they don't know how he died, but his organs are missing. This man is missing his brain, his heart, and his throat. So, those of you that say organ trafficking and all of that doesn't happen and it's not real and there's no way and all this, well, here's another example that, yes, it is real and it does happen. Okay, so this article says, so much mystery. A man went to resolve a DUI. He died at a prison days later. Now, mind you, his family, they're still trying to figure out what happened to him, okay? And his family are demanding answers, and now they're bringing out lawsuits. They're bringing the lawsuits on. It's crazy because there's no answers for what happened to him. The call came out of nowhere one April day last year. Everett Palmer Jr. was dead. The 41-year-old father of two had traveled from his home in Delaware to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, to resolve an outstanding DUI warrant from 2016. His family told the Washington Post on Thursday. But days later, his family received a call that he had died at York County Prison on April 9th. An autopsy report from the York County Coroner's office states that Palmer had become agitated in his cell, banging his head against his cell door, and was restrained. He was then moved to a hospital where he was declared dead, but his family still knows little about the events that precipitated his death. There was so much mystery and unanswered questions in a way that violates every policy and procedure the state has, said civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, who is now representing the family. A year later, Palmer's family still has questions about what happened and is pursuing both criminal and civil cases. The Pennsylvania State Police, York Station, is conducting an investigation in conjunction with the York County District Attorney, according to PSP spokesman Brent Miller. Both offices declined to comment, citing the ongoing nature of the case. Dwayne Palmer said his brother went to Pennsylvania to clear up a DUI warrant from Lancaster County before traveling to New York to see his sick mother. The York Daily Record reported that Everett Palmer had been involved in a single vehicle crash on October 28, 2016, and that emergency responders had smelled alcohol on him. A test revealed a blood alcohol content of 0.148 above the legal limit of 0.08. He was flown to York Hospital, the record reported. When Everett Palmer arrived in Pennsylvania in 2018 to resolve the DUI, police saw a suspension on his license and was sent to York County Prison, Dwayne Palmer said. After that, what happened to Everett Palmer is not clearly known. This is so sad. And it's just so, so sad. According to the York County Coroner's report and autopsy results released in July 2018, Palmer was being held in a single cell at York County Prison on April 9, 2018, when he became agitated and began hitting his head against the inside of his cell door. Officers restrained Palmer, but after the incident, he was taken to the prison's clinic and was noted to be unresponsive. Staff tried to resuscitate Palmer and was transferred to York Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 5:46 a.m. The coroner's office ruled his official cause of death as complication following an excited state associated with methamphetamine toxicity during physical restraint. A sickle cell disorder was also said to be a probable contributing factor. The manner of death was undetermined. That's a bunch of crap. The autopsy was conducted by an independent firm called Forensic Pathology Associates that is contracted with the county. York County Coroner Pamela Gay told the Washington Post on Saturday. Gay said that Palmer was banging his head on his cell before his death, and the result for methamphetamine toxicity would appear as if there was methamphetamine in their system that was sufficient enough that it could have contributed to the death. She said the question of how he could have obtained such a substance in custody was under investigation. Lee Merritt, the Palmer family lawyer, told the Washington Post that the family had been shocked to receive Everett Palmer's body with his heart, brain, and throat missing, and that it was not immediately communicated to them where the body parts were. The family's distress over the missing body parts was detailed in the NY1 investigation into Palmer's death and reiterated to the Post. The family hired an independent pathologist who first flagged the missing organs and later said the manner of death should be considered a homicide, Merritt said. Merritt claimed that the coroner's office initially denied removing the organs, later acknowledging that they had done so, and only several months later did they say that a private company had them. Okay, so where are the organs at? Where's this private company and why haven't they returned them? Gay disputes the timeline in a statement issued Friday in which she asserted her office had cooperated with the family and their lawyer at the time of the body parts were located. She told the Post that as a part of the autopsy, Palmer's brain, heart, and throat were removed and remained with by Forensic Pathology Associates for testing. She said that it was not uncommon for those organs to be removed and kept by a lab, and the body parts remained with FPA because the investigation was still underway. Okay, well, the way I see it is if it wasn't uncommon for that to happen, then the forensic pathologist shouldn't have flagged that, you know? She said her office did not know Forensic Pathology Associates had retained some of Palmer's body parts until the family's lawyer at the time made contact, and Gay says she confirmed that FPA had them a few days later. We're going to get answers to what led to his death, and we do that with everybody, Gay said. We're going to do this the right way. Still, the coroner's report leaves questions unanswered. Specifically, how Everett Palmer died suddenly after a brief stay in York County Prison. Rose Palmer, Everett's mother, told NY1 that the behavior described in the coroner's report was out of character. My son was a perfectly healthy young man, and my son is not going to bang his head on a cell. My son was not a troublemaker, not at all, and he was a very gentle, kind man. Dwayne Palmer told the Post that Everett was a personal trainer in excellent health, and that while the family were carriers for sickle cell, he did not have it. His brother did not have it. Merritt said the Palmer family had met with the York County District Attorney and the prosecutors were considering a grand jury investigation into his death. In recent years, police and law enforcement have come under increased scrutiny for deaths of African Americans during police stops, arrests, and while in jail. In one of the high-profile cases, a Texas woman named Sandra Bland died in jail in 2015, and her death was classified as suicide. She had been arrested during a traffic stop that became confrontational. A video showed an officer threatening her with a taser and saying he would light you up. 3 days later, she was dead. Her death in custody sparked nationwide outrage and protest, and her family was still demanding answers as recently as last month after new video of her traffic stop emerged. Now it is Palmer's loved ones who are seeking an explanation. Dwayne Palmer said the family held protests along with congregants from their church last July outside the York County Courthouse in order to demand the release of their brother's full autopsy results. which were issued on July 28, 2018. They are hoping that renewed attention to the case will prompt witnesses to come forward. They have also started a Justice for Everett page and hashtag and held updates at their church in New York City. But the tight-knit family still feels far from a resolution for Everett, who loved sports and had an eclectic taste in music, according to his brother. My brother was a good man. He comes from a good family. If he did something wrong with regards to the DUI, then clearly he should be held accountable for that. But that should not be a death sentence. This is so sad. I absolutely hate hearing about stuff like this because, it's just, what are these people, what are they thinking? I understand they're trying to take something, to sell, because, why else, what else were they trying to do with the organs, until they got caught, I don't know. But I don't like to see these, these bodies in cases being mishandled like this. It's just ridiculous. There's too many unanswered questions. How did this man die? He goes to jail for a DUI. I'm sorry, he goes to take care of his DUI and he had some kind of suspension against his license. So he goes to jail for some type of, for whatever his license was suspended for. Okay? So he goes to jail for that and he's dead. They said he was banging his head and his brain's missing. Yeah, they supposedly have it at this private company, this Forensic Pathology Associates or whatever. Okay. I guess that's where they have his stuff at, but does anybody even know if that actually belongs to him? I don't know. But something just don't sound right. Maybe they were trying to keep it put away somewhere because maybe it was swollen. Maybe they had, obviously somebody did something to him. I doubt that this man just died. I don't know. From this picture that I'm looking at, he looks pretty healthy to me. They say he was, he did a lot of fitness training and stuff like that. He was very healthy, fitness-wise. He didn't seem to have any mental issues. They say he wouldn't be banging his head and stuff like that. Everything seemed out of character. It just doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound right to me at all. And this case really needs a lot of exposure, and maybe then it'll get some answers. Maybe the family will get some answers. I pray that they do. This is terrible. But I'm definitely going to follow this, and I will keep y'all updated. If I hear anything else or see anything else, I will definitely keep y'all updated. And y'all leave your comments below. What do y'all think? Do you think they're lying? Or do you think that he really just, started spazzing out because he was in jail over some kind of license suspension? I doubt it. So, leave your comments and feedback below. If y'all have not subscribed to my other channel, please click on the link down below and subscribe. If y'all would like to send me anything, you can do so in my email, or you can add me on Facebook and send whatever you like through there. Till the next time I talk to y'all, have a wonderful night, and I love y'all.